Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again. This is week 5 for me, and it feels actually like it should be week 8. I feel like I've been doing this a really long time, and still taking a little getting used to. I have been experiencing some issues cooking lately, and noticed that I still cook as though I had my old stomach, and I don't, obviously. So for the past, I don't know, 3 days or something, I've been eating cauliflower fried rice. So, and I really like the recipe, but boy, is it getting old. The recipe initially called for 1 whole head of cauliflower, and you just you put it on a cheese grater, whatever thickness you like your cauliflower to be. I put it on the largest one. It seemed to be really good. And then you mix it in. You make it just like you would make regular fried rice. And instead of using a whole head, I used just under half a head. And it fed me, my 17-year-old son, my 15-year-old son, and my very hungry husband for dinner one night. And we still had leftovers. I was stunned. So, of course, I added some vegetables to it, and I added, we had the egg and stuff. I put in 3 eggs, I think. But that was 3 days ago, and I'm still having it with every single meal. My sons laugh at me, though, because my meal consists of about 2 tablespoons full of the rice, of the quote-unquote rice. And so they laugh at me, and they say, "Mom, it's going to take you about a month to get through those leftovers." It probably will. So I'm having to adjust for the portion sizes that I'm cooking for. Who knew that just one person would make such a big difference? But what that also did for me too was it made me realize actually how much I was eating. So my portion sizes are really small now, obviously. With each meal, I am using, I don't have one of the plates with me. I'm using a salad plate as my meal plate, and I don't even fill that up. Typically, I will have for breakfast 1 egg, and then I'll put something else in addition to that. So I might have Southwest style one day, and I put a dollop of Greek yogurt on there, little homemade salsa that my 15-year-old made, and maybe a quarter of an avocado. And I typically have a little bit of something left over then, and it doesn't take up nearly even half of the plate. So that's an adjustment. It's really weird for me. For lunch this afternoon, I found my brand new love. Okay, pumpkin spice everything is all over the place. And this is what I had to take, the Chobani Pumpkin Harvest Crisp. And I love this yogurt. I had this for lunch, but I wanted to eat the whole thing. And this whole thing, just a couple of ounces. But I was not able to eat the whole thing in one sitting. So I kept it, went for my 1.2 mile walk that I've been doing every single day at lunch, and came back, and then I was able to finish the yogurt. I'm just now getting to my 20-minute mark, and I could go ahead and start on my water for the day. Speaking of water, I'm not having a hard time getting my water in. I was very used to drinking a lot of liquid before surgery, so I'm getting back to the routine where I am around 80 to 100 ounces a day. And before surgery, I was a lot of times I would be over 100 ounces a day of water and green tea. What I find is that I really want to chug some water whenever I get back in from my walks, because it's warm, I'm hot, I want to get some water, and I physically cannot do it. It hurts. So I sip and I sip and I sip. One reason, because they told me to sip. I have forgotten a couple times, and I tried to chug, but like I said, it hurts. And that's how I remember, oh yeah, that's right, I can't chug my water anymore. So I sip and I sip, and I'm satisfied too. I have also found that I don't like the taste of some things anymore, and other things have become a lot sweeter. So I haven't had sugar, with the exception of a few items that do have some sugar in them. But I haven't eaten any cookies. I don't eat any bread, and cakes, and things of that nature. So fruit is an amazing dessert now, I have found. I was at my local farmer's market the other day, and they had cotton candy grapes. And I saw a lot of this on a lot of people that I follow on Instagram, and I said, cotton candy grapes? What? Who ever heard of that? And why would a grape taste like cotton candy? So we got it home, and they were actually a little dirty looking, and I asked them if that was normal, and they said that it is, because of this is toward the end of their season. But so they weren't really pretty enough to take a picture of, but I tasted it and I was like, wow, this is really, really sweet. It did taste like cotton candy to me. Now, I haven't had any added sugar to anything in 2.5 months, I believe. So they actually tasted good, and they were almost too sweet for me. I could only have 2 or 3. So I gave it to my 6-year-old daughter and said, taste this, it tastes like cotton candy. She tasted it and she said it was terrible. My older son, he said it was terrible too. So they haven't adjusted their diet at all. I think that it does taste like cotton candy to me, because I haven't had that, that exposure to sugar, like they do. So I am trying to get them to change. It's a little bit harder because at school, my daughter, a lot of the kids, when I look at what the approved items on her list of snacks are, it's Goldfish, graham crackers, cereals, all those things that I'd rather not give her, and we try not to have around the house, but she eats that. And then my older sons, they are constantly eating pasta. They eat a ton of protein, and then they like to indulge a little bit. So anyways, their taste buds haven't changed. Mine, though, they have. So as of today, again, I said it's 5 weeks, and I wanted to kind of talk about the portions that I'm creating, or that I'm cooking at home, and having to keep up with the change in portions that I have to make. So it's just a huge adjustment. I've got a ton of leftovers, and I can't finish them 1 tablespoon at a time. So my numbers as of right now, I am down to 264, and from the date of surgery, that would be let's see, it was 286, so that's 22 pounds since surgery, and so 22 pounds in 5 weeks. And overall, I have lost 1 daughter. So my daughter is 48 pounds. I actually lost about 51 pounds. So it's really terrifying for me to say I've lost 50 pounds, but I'm still really, really overweight. And when I think about it, I actually need to lose, I am 1/3 of the way there through my journey of my total weight loss. So 1/3 is more than I was before, more than I was a month ago. I'm really happy with the results so far. I have started to lift a tiny bit, and when I say a tiny bit, I mean a tiny bit. So as I'm working from home, I get to do some chair exercises. I'm trying to get used to that so that whenever I get back to work, I'll take my tiny weights with me. Those are 3 pounds, and do some chair exercises there. I'm gonna look really strange, but that's okay. It comes with the territory. So as always, I'm going to stand up, turn around, let you see front, back, all over the place, and hopefully this is going to look okay. I just got back from my walk, so I was wearing these pants. There's front, there's the right side, my back side. I started doing some squats too, trying to lift the tush a little bit. And the left side. So thank you once again for listening to me babble on, and I will see you soon. Bye.